My name is Rochelle Burgess. I'm the executive chef at Carriage House, located in Arcata, California, Humboldt County. I originally wanted to join the Air Force to be an aeronautics engineer, and I took the ASVAB after high school and decided that that was the career for me, and I was definitely going to do it. I was obsessed with airplanes at the time, but that didn't work out, and that was only going to be for money. Working for money alone never really works out, and so I was just like, all right, fuck it. Like I'm just gonna do what I really want to do, which is to cook. That got really ignited when I was reading a book by Clementine Paddleford. Started like researching her and looking up all the other things that she wrote, and I found this poem called For My Daughter. And in part of the poem, it says, never grow a wishbone where your backbone ought to be. And that really resonated with me, so much so that I have it tattooed on my spine, on my literal backbone. And for me, that was like, if I want to do something, like no one else is going to do it but me, and I should never do anything to please other people. And from then, it was just like, I'm gonna do what it takes to make me happy, and what makes me happy is food and cooking, and so that's what I'm gonna do, and that's all I've ever done.
My name is Lauren. I'm actually pretty new to the culinary world. I only worked in a kitchen kind of before this for like 6 months, and then I applied to work here. Chef interviewed me. We vibed, I guess, to put it simply, and yeah, she like had faith in my abilities, which was really cool to experience and have somebody like willing to take that risk. Also, just the sheer amount of things that I've already learned only working here for a couple of months is pretty astounding. I was actually really interested in the culinary world for a really long time, and I kind of had, for lack of better words, kind of given up on pursuing that because of the limitations of the area, just life things. And then, yeah, I found here, and it kind of reinvigorated that and made me feel like I actually had options. Not to get too gushy, but I do feel like a really large sense of pride about it as well. I'm like really proud of the stuff that we do here and the food that we put out. And I'm proud of the values too that the kitchen and chef embodies, true to your word. And sometimes in small towns, it's not always like that. People get caught up in politics a lot, and in this kitchen, it's just real.
So I'm Bill Burgess. I grew up in Humboldt County. I went to Arcata High. I escaped for 2 decades. I spent 10 years in LA and then another 10 in Brooklyn, New York, which is where I found my wife. We found each other in the cesspools of Brooklyn. It was fun. When we met, we realized that we have the same album in common. We like the same music. I spin records too. I'm actually got a gig Valentine's Day, like down the street. When I'm DJing, I love oldies. So the Shirelles, the Ronettes, the Crystals, all really close to my heart. But when we met, we realized that Metallica's Kill 'Em All was our favorite album. So it kind of, maybe that sums up our relationship in a nutshell. There's the sweet romance and there's the intensity, and they dance all the time. Rochelle is a stick of dynamite.
What is sleep? I want to put on a pretty dress.
Go to your award? How dare you?
I mean,
She's always going, she's always exploring, she's always thinking, she's always trying to find where her boundary is and cross it all the time. This is also a discipline that she and I share, that we're both interested in looking at a problem and seeing how do we get the thing done. But then also always having your ears and eyes open and being a student of the thing eternally is what the great masters can do. And that's one of the things that Rochelle and I, nobody's perfect at that, but that's acknowledging that you're an eternal student, is that you're never going to be perfect until you die. Yeah? Yeah.
obstacles as a lady chef. None. What are you talking about? If you believe in yourself and in your ability and your talents and your ideas and ideals, then you have to follow through with that. It's all about following through. Like, oh, I'm doing this weird thing and it makes sense to nobody else, but it makes sense to me. And just hold on, just trust me, it's gonna make sense. And it usually does, because I believe in myself. I have the two things working against me. I am Black and I am female. The other thing is I am stubborn, like very stubborn. My husband will tell you that.
So Rochelle said in her interview,
What'd she
I
say?
just want to solidify this point.
She said some scumbag shit.
No, she which I can tell from the way that she holds herself, that she is very stubborn. Tell me about Rochelle's stubbornness.
Rochelle's stubbornness.
Yeah.
Rochelle is not stubborn at all. Rochelle is watching me right now. And Rochelle is, she's as cool as a cucumber. Okay. So I've met Rochelle's entire family. I've been to Jamaica. All I can say is it runs in the family. Everyone is stubborn. Everyone is headstrong. They're doing their own thing, and they know what they're doing. They don't need your help. I'm happy to help anytime. I'm happy to help. But at times it's simply impossible. It's like fighting, I used to like to fight, but now I love breaking fights up. There's an advantage to being able to fight backwards and forwards. You're not retreating, but you're changing position in order to find the best advantage to take care of whatever it is that you have to take care of. And Rochelle is excellent at fighting backwards and forwards when it comes to solving a problem. And I don't think she would be like that if it wasn't for the stubbornness, Not to stay on topic. It's done. I complimented you while I was telling the world that you're stubborn.
Something that genuinely sets Chef and the restaurant apart, like I was kind of saying earlier, is like true to your word, being real, is that we say we have these values and follow up on it. She's at the farmer's market, she's doing like food sovereignty, you know what I mean? Keeping food where it's grown. And especially in this area, you would think a lot more people would be on that train, and it's really refreshing to see people backing up what they say. And that is something that really does add to my sense of pride working here and working for Chef Rochelle.
For me, locally sourcing stuff has a lot to do with community. And I enjoy going to the farmers market and meeting people, meeting the farmers, meeting the makers, finding out, what they did for it to get here and like when they're planting stuff. And then you also, you get out into the community and you see people and people see you at the farmer's market and then they're like, oh, I saw Chef getting the same vegetables that I got. I wonder what she did with them. Or, like a simple thing, for example, like the carrots. People keep saying, they're like, these are the best carrots I've ever had. And like, it's just, I just roasted them and put some brown butter on it, but like butter makes everything taste wonderful. But it's the same carrots and they're just amazed by it. And I'm like, I'm not doing all this extra stuff. It's because it's not more than, 10, 15 miles. Like the food didn't have to travel that far and it was probably picked, 3 days before. So service. Table 5.
Do you have anything that you would want to say to people watching this?
Stick to your guns. Believe in yourself.
I love it.
And also you do you, but never put anybody down, because that doesn't help you or that person in this culinary world. I know I'm better. Oh,